Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. And this lesson is going to be entitled, The Sword is Being Prepared. The sword is being prepared. You know, everything that, we have been saying concerning Esau coming down with a sword and putting you Jakes to death. And the sword represents any type of weaponry, his guns, his military, that's all part of the sword, and he's going to use that to bring fear and a lot of death, and Trump, DJ Trump, we believe is that cruel Lord. He fits all the descriptions of that cruel Lord. That's the cruel Lord, okay? And he's not playing, okay? He already deployed the military to these different areas, all right? And he's getting ready to use it, He didn't deploy them for no reason, and he didn't deploy them to make America a safer place, as it pertains to crime or anything like that. That's the cover story. The real thing is that they're really bringing up, they're really putting us, how do you say that? They're putting a siege against you, Jakes, meaning they're surrounding you, with the military, and also they have their different sleeper cells so that they can come down with that wrath. All right, and it just takes one event, one excuse, and they're going to bring those events. They're going to bring the event or the events that are going to bring in that martial law. It's going to suspend the Constitution, so on and so forth. And he's going to show you what a true tyrant looks like. This is all the plans of the elites, the order out of chaos while they bring the chaos. And we're telling you that the chaos is coming, and through that chaos, there's going to be a sword. Okay, there's going to be a slaughter. There's going to be people sent to concentration camps. People separated from their families. What they call summary execution, because the goal is to make you, the citizens, a threat, right? So when they can label regular citizens, homegrown terrorists, now they have an excuse to put citizens to death, through summary execution and sending you to concentration camps. Right? Remember what they were doing to those different terrorists in Guantanamo Bay. They weren't playing nice. They were waterboarding. They were doing a lot of things that, would be considered a violation of human rights. But it was not looked at as a violation of human rights because of who those terrorists were painted as. Right? How they were painted. They were painted as pretty much monsters. And that's how they're painting you, American citizens, especially you Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're painting you as monsters and the problem with America and the world. While no one has committed more destruction and death and terrorism than these Edomites, these so-called white people. But they're going to make you the face of that. It's the same playbook. The same thing they did to Gad. While they were slaughtering them, they were playing the victim. And saying Gad was the problem, the Native Americans were the problem. Same thing with the Aborigines so on and so forth. This is how Esau gets down. You know, that's why he's known as the accuser of the brethren, and also the slanderer, well, the devil rather, which means the word devil means slander. You know, we used to say it means deceiver, but it means slanderer, which is a deceiver, because if you're slandering somebody, you're deceiving somebody to believe a thing that's not true. And that's what Esau has done. That's what Esau has done. And this is why the biggest threat to Esau and his system is really the truth. The truth is the biggest threat to him, because in order for him to enact what he wants to do and enact it smoothly under the nose of the people, he has to be able to establish lies. So when you bring the truth out, you're breaking down that foundation, okay? Because his foundation is the foundation of lies, which allows him to do these things. Like even that whole 911 incident, right? The people had to believe that it was a bunch of Arabs that did that, you know, and that gave him the excuse to ultimately decimate and also get the approval of the people to decimate Iraq and Afghanistan and these places because of what they did, what was perceived that they did in the 911 event. All right. So this devil is real crafty. But if the truth was out, if everyone understood the truth about that, right? The internet was there, but it wasn't as big as it is now, right? Social media and so on and so forth, YouTube and all these different social media platforms, right? If people understood the truth in mass, they would have never agreed to that war, which costed a lot of lives, a lot of resources, finances. They would have been against it, and it would have been harder for them to establish, build that foundation of lies. This is why they want to do away with the internet, right? But the truth is already out there. Everything these devils do, you have a good portion of people that are exposing it. They're like, nah, something's up. We got to see what's really going on now, because we know that this government is built on lies. So we have to find out what's really happening. So that's what goes on. People come and they expose the truth, and these devils, they're really trying to push forth that deception. You still got a good majority that still believe the lies, but that's why they're just going to bring in an event quickly, because every day more and more people are waking up to the truth. So they got to bring this event quickly to what? To just completely cut off access to the internet and completely build a narrative. Because even that C-19, that C-19, right, that major event, the C-19, right, which was a global event, many people woke up through that event, right? The people that were zombies and believed in the government, many of them woke up through that event, that C-19 event. Okay? They found out, many of them regret taking the juice, and they found out that this devil in this system is a lie. So the further they go into this, the further time goes on, the more people wake up to this, which is detrimental to their foundation of lies, right? The scripture said he has brought forth falsehood. Mischief is under his tongue. He has brought forth falsehood. This is what Esau is about. Okay? And the prophets, we're here to break down those lies. So the sword is coming soon. The sword is coming real soon, because he's at the point now, he's like, to hell with it. We just got to do something because now we're losing the information war. Okay? We're starting to lose the information war. Because the scriptures say that light excelleth darkness. So the truth is winning quickly. Those centuries of lies, and the truth is wiping that away quickly, man. Rapidly. You know? So but through that sword, you Jakes are gonna be ran through. The Lord is gonna allow Esau to completely decimate you Israelites. You know, in Jacob's trouble, he's gonna allow these Edomites to completely decimate you, man. You know, your children, you know, so you're gonna get starved out. He's gonna bring forth the famine. You know, he's gonna bring forth starvation, right? Force you to come to beg for anything, any scraps you can get, right? And then and then it's gonna get so bad that you're gonna willingly ask for the MOTB, man. You're gonna ask where can I sign up? Yeah, that's what it's gonna be, man. Because that's what everything is leading to, that mark of the beast. Okay, like we've been saying, you know. So yeah, man, and in order for him to fully establish that, he's gonna need to bring the sword. And the excuse that's gonna lead him to bring the sword is whatever event or events that come in the near future, major events, dangerous events that will bring fear upon the people. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect, and I'll say shalom.